All right, recording started. So we're doing a guild meeting, pre-launch guild meeting for the 2024 return for Classic WoW. We're gonna go over some alterations we're doing from our previous WoW launches and all those playthroughs that we've done before. So it'll be a little bit different because Blizzard also made it a little bit different with rank 14 stuff like that. So some requirements, some goals will be changing, and the main theme of the guild is longevity. I've said it a million times. That's what we are doing. Longevity. We are playing to play forever. We're playing to play as long as possible. We don't want to go without an MMO anymore because that sucks. So a lot of this stuff you're about to hear is about helping the guild stick together, go as long as possible, all that good stuff. I am going to put on my chat blog real quick because that is going to get distracting as hell. Okay. So let's start. What are our goals? We're going to start with that. Our goals, like I said, it's just to play it through. We're playing BC. They already confirmed that that's coming. We're going to play all of Classic, all of BC, play the entirety of the game. And I don't really want to get into specifics of like, well, what are we doing world bosses? What are we doing for raids? What are our metrics essentially, right? I don't want to get too specific, but I will cover those a little bit because really it's going to boil down to try our best, play to be the absolute best you can be. We'll understand that what I mean by that when we get into the specifics of the core requirements. And you might not agree with all of them, but we need it. We need it, and I'll explain a little bit more of that as well. But our metrics essentially for success is: are we having a good time? Are we clearing all the content? If you can say like yes to both of those, then generally speaking, we're successful. We're having a good time. We're gonna stick out, because if it gets miserable or it gets too stressful, we're not gonna want to stick it out, right? That's just reality. Everyone's had those high stress moments where you just like, I think I'd rather quit. I think we've all had that mindset at some point. We're not doing that. We're not getting to that point. We are going to make sure everyone's having a good fucking time, and we don't get to the point where we're so stressed out we don't want to play anymore. So if that means, hey, we're not camping world bosses anymore, that's okay. That's okay. Don't go crazy. There's also going to be like 20 layers, so camping world boss is going to be very weird. When layers close on you and open up, it's going to be hard to track timers, and things are going to be a little odd. That being said, we will go for it. Azura goes up, let's go. We'll go for it. We'll help other Horde guilds as well go for it. We'll help defend them. We'll maybe merge a raid together, stuff like that. We'll definitely go for them, but in no way, shape, or form should anyone think that they failed at anything if we fail to get a world boss, because that is guaranteed to happen. We will fail at world bosses. It's going to happen. That is okay. That is okay. Don't panic. Don't cry about it. It's going to happen. It's going to be impossible to get every world boss, especially with multiple servers, especially being outnumbered, which is likely going to happen. Alliance versus Horde population I'm talking about. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be fun. We're going to have awesome world PvP. We're going for that stuff. So the metrics that I was discussing, what is our how do we judge whether or not we're having success? Just clear all the content, meet the core requirements, we'll have fun. That's really it. We're going for super longevity. Server first stuff, I would love to raid at every, I believe it was, who brought it up? Someone brought up a question before. What are we doing for like server for launches of new raids? Like if they were launches on a Thursday but we raid Saturday, are we raiding Thursday? I would love to. We'll put up signups for that, and if we get enough people, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll go raid Thursday when BWL launches on a Thursday. For that's just an example. I don't know if it's launching on a Thursday, but we'll try to raid then. If we get 35 signups, yeah, let's go. That's enough. Let's go clear BWL the second it launches, and we'll take off work and yeah, Molten Core, same thing. When Molten Core launches, I'm not sure if that's a Thursday. I think they said it is a Thursday actually. At least I think so. But we'll find. I'm sure we'll get specifics when Blizzard gets closer. But yeah, let's raid the day it launches if we can. If we can't, and we can't go for like a server first or something, I don't care. I'm not going to stress out over it. It's all about longevity, because we've had that before where people like, man, we gotta somehow get 5 more people for the launch day of the raid, or we're screwed. We're why are we even playing if we can't get server first, right? I've had that mindset. I'll admit it. It's like, if we don't get server first, why are we even playing this game? And that ruined the game for me. That ruined the game for me, because it's not realistic. When Blizzard gives you a week heads up, people can't take off work. They just gave us an 8-day heads up for launch. It's not okay. I think Blizzard kind of screwed a lot of people with that, and they're going to continue to do that. So don't worry, don't panic. We are going to have a good time. We're going to clear all content, so don't stress out about the server first and world's first types. World's first is a whole different beast. That's a whole different beast, which I wouldn't do to any of you guys. Not again. But server first stuff, if we get it, we get it, right? We'll shoot for it. We'll always play to be the best. That's always going to be the goal. Every single raid launch, we'll do a survey. If we can't do it, we'll do a second survey and be like, so we want to just raid our normal raid schedule a couple days after it launches, the raid. And if you guys are cool with that, we'll just do that. No stress. Like I said, longevity. Does this impact... Oh, so that's a little weird. Raid performance and core requirements. I did post the core app already, and it does have the raid times on it. I think it became pretty obvious that you guys seem to like the one raid day a week thing. People seem to love that, one raid day a week, and I believe I set the time in the app for the 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. So it's a 6-hour raid. I know that sounds crazy long to a lot of people. There will be a break in there usually, and I say usually because if it's like just MC and Oni didn't reset or something and you just blow through MC, we're just like, all right guys, take off, let's go PvP together or something. Do not think in any way, shape, or form I'm gonna like hold anyone hostage for the full 6 hours. We've never do that. If we raid 2 hours and all the content's clear, we're out of there, right? The raid ends 2 hours after it starts, and you go have a good time. Go play something else, or go farm gold, or PvP, whatever. So don't panic when you see the 6-hour raids. However, I will say this: if we go, I don't know, Nax launches, and I don't know, maybe we're struggling a little bit, and we need a little extra time, and we want to do AQ40 the same day, so we do Nax and AQ40 the same day, and then BWL and MC gets pushed to like a different time as like an optional thing. We do that sometimes, but it looks like 6 p.m. to midnight Eastern time is what we're shooting for. It's in the core app. I hope we get as much people as possible for that. There is a channel called the core app. If you want to fill that out now, you definitely can. And it's going to lead me to the next question, the next topic about the core requirements. I'm going to focus on rank 14 right now. Rank 14 is an absolute requirement for every class and spec, period. And don't panic, because it's just for those that don't know, there are no more brackets. There's no more screwing each other over for that. There's no D-ranking unless you're getting dishonorable kills. What you can do is you can lose your current rank points that you have on your current rank. So let's say you're 13 and a half and you don't PvP, you will go down, but you'll only go down to the beginning of 13. You'll never become 12. The maximum amount of honor you can get is 500k. If you go over that, it doesn't do anything. If you look right now in the WoW chat channel, I'm going to paste an image. I'll pull that up on stream. No, I'm sorry, it's text because I copied it. That is the breakdown. I put a very rough average amount of hours on what your grind would be like. Keep in mind, you don't have to do the full 500k. That's the maximum amount of rank points. If you do a little bit less, you will still go up in rank. Obviously, if it's like 500 or 400,000 or something. So if you have like a bad week or something, you really can't. It's okay. You'll still increase in rank and you won't derank. And there won't be like a, hey, you have to be rank 14 the first day you could possibly be it. I would love that, but you don't have to panic about that. There'll be some additional time as well. You don't have to go crazy. Like I said, longevity, fun. We're not going to be super Nazi about stuff like that, but we will still have requirements. We want to be successful because, in my opinion, there's a fine line between going too far and not going far enough. And I'll say this. This is not a shot at anyone in here because a lot of people are going to feel attacked. We cannot have 2 rank 14s when BWL launches, and our competition, quote unquote, has 12. That actually happened. Can't do it. I know I'm out of my mind. I know I'm fucking crazy, and I'll be the person that takes a month off work for stuff. I know. I don't expect that of everyone, but this system is so easy, and the amount of benefit it brings to the guild is just it's groundbreaking. I don't know how to even describe it, but I'll describe it like this. If anything's going wrong with your comp, like it's not the perfect comp, you happen to have a boomkin or something, or like, hey, you have 38 people, you can compensate so much for little mess ups like that, where people can't make raids, or people, maybe they're not playing great, or they are the wrong class, the wrong comp. It's not great. The fact that there's 12 rank 14 warriors in the raid, and then there's a rank 14 healers and all that stuff. we're okay. We're still going to blow through the content. And you know what's fun? Being successful is fun. That is what reduces the stress in the game. If you're like, hey, we were clearing BWL, why can't we clear it now? That never happened. But I'm just saying as an example, like, I don't know, maybe you clear it 3 weeks in a row and then also in the 4th week you're struggling. You're like, what the fuck is going on? That's never going to happen. Rank 14 is a must. It just pulls everything together. It's so easy to get, and we're mostly a PvP guild, as much as WoW tries to make it seem like you're not. Like, WoW systems, vanilla WoW at least, almost makes it seem like everything is about raiding. It's like the way the game's designed. So it gets a little easy to forget that. Like, we are a big PvP guild, so I'm hoping you guys want to PvP, and you don't have to be forced into PvP, but I will be there with you. I will be there in the trenches, whether I'm rank 14 or not. I'm going to do rank 14 on 2 warriors. I don't expect that of anyone. So please don't panic when you see that. And if you look at that list, the amount of honor that you need, you could always, if you're able to, for work, take a day off work for like 3 weeks in a row, like one day, a Friday, 3 weeks in a row. So you take 3 days off in a month, and you knock out the remaining of your honor grind at the end. You don't have to. And people always like, oh, it's 8 weeks where you can't work. That's just not true. That's not true at all. It's the end of the grind is where you need a little bit more time, and it's not hard. It's not hard. Like I said, I'll be there with you. I'll help. You know, be like, let's get this guy in all of our pre-mades. He's going for his final push. You know, let's help them out. And we've done that before. We're like literally in Warsong Gulch, we're kicking so much ass that the rest of the group pulls back, so you get as much honor from the killing blows as possible. We've done that before, where we just don't pull your honor away from you. You get more by killing the alliance, and no one else is there to share it. You know, so we've done crazy stuff like that to help. That's more when brackets were a thing, you know, to screw over the other people that were being dicks on the brackets. But anyway, I hope I don't have to sell rank 14 more. It's just so important, guys. We cannot do this any longer where we only have like 2 of us. Please, now's the time. And real quick on gearing, there is this phase, not phase. His entire run through of vanilla is going to be quicker than ever before, right? It's shortened a little bit, and then we're going to BC, which is kind of cool. It might keep the game more fun, you know, rather than a long time between phases. That means less raid clears. That means less loot. That means rank 14 gear is even more important. It's less stuff we have to give to people. There is literally one class role I can see that could maybe argue not to get rank 14, and that is Enhancement Shaman, because they're stuck with Nightfall. That is it. Even so, they should still get it, because even on trash, they could throw on there a good thing. They can weave between Nightfall procs, like if they want to get really anal with it. There's some crazy stuff they can do, but everyone should be going for rank 14, because it's come on, have some pride and integrity. You want that title. You don't want to be the only person without it. World buffs, we will try to we will get them. We will require them at the start, but obviously later on it's like, yo, just hold your world buffs for BWL. We're gonna do MC right now, or you know, it's gonna be pretty simple. Even if it's like, yo, let's do MC Friday night, we're gonna do AQ40 on Saturday along with BWL. We'll use our world buffs for AQ40. We won't use it for every freaking raid. We don't do speed runs and parses. That just adds to the stress, and it pulls against the longevity thing. I think that only makes things worse. Consumables, we'll try, you know how we do. Once MC's on farm and stuff, it's like, hey, don't worry about flasks. I've done that plenty of time. It's like, hey, just pop a little bit of consumables, hold your flasks. We'll use them in BWL. You know, we're very reasonable with that. I want to make sure I want you guys to be rich. I don't want to take all your gold away. I want to make sure we only use consumables if we really need it. Obviously, when things are on farm, it's smooth, like week 2 or 3 of clearing BWL. You're like, all right, don't worry about the flasks anymore. We're good. Stuff like that, we'll pull that off pretty quickly as well. Especially with rank 14, that's another benefit. You could stop using flasks and crazy consumes quicker if everyone's rank 14. We're just gonna imagine, I don't know, 12 rank 14 warriors wailing on Veilastraz. It's like a 20-second fight. It's gonna be good. There will be some required add-ons. That's minor stuff. Obviously, performance and attendance is probably the biggest thing. Attendance, we're looking for like 90% attendance. That's like the biggest thing. We raid one day a week. If you miss a raid, that's like 25% of the month's raids, you know, so it's tough. So we're looking for pretty high attendance, I hope. If for whatever reason you can't make a raid, please just pop open Discord on your phone and just message me. Just let me know, please. It's really, really important. It really helps me. Loot distribution method. Okay. We talked about this a number of times. And we'll get to a Q&A, I promise. Write down any questions you have. We'll get to them. loot distribution method, we talked about this as well. I came up with the system. People kind of shot it down, and that's okay. Not offended. For 10-man raids, I'll say this right now: we are not doing loot council for 10-man raids. That's not happening. We're probably gonna do the softres.it. Do the 2SR. Same thing we did with the BFD and Nomer in that sod shit. Same thing. We'll take it easy, and then mains always get loot over alts. Please don't be that guy. We got to help the mains out first. It wouldn't be fair to you, right? If the shoe was on the other foot, we wouldn't do that to you. It looks like we decided on loot council, as much as I don't want to do it. For anyone new to the guild, I will say this, and I've said it before: you will not find a more unbiased and fair loot council guild on this planet, and I'm serious about that. If I could be stuck up about one thing on this at anything, you will not find a guild that is more fair and more, I don't know, accurate with their loot distribution than this guild. You will not. It is beyond fair. And I know you could ask other people that have been in the guild for years. I truly believe that. I know I'm biased as hell as guild leader. I actually don't even want to be on the loot council doing the votes, but I think Phobia brought it up a couple times that people won't respect it as much if I'm not. I get it. I'll be there. I'll provide my input, but I in no way, shape, or form have the final say. I don't have the only say either. It is actually a legitimate vote system. Sometimes there's some debating back and forth. The one thing I don't like about loot council is it takes time. Sometimes it takes a little time to allocate loot because there's a discussion. We're going to try to do some pieces prior to the raid. Be like, hey, assuming these people show up to the raid and Mage Blade drops, who's getting it? Stuff like that. So we'll go for that. We'll go for the loot council. We're going to have a lot of people on loot council. And even if you're new to the guild, you are eligible to get on loot council if you want to. We are trying to get some class leads going. We are not going to do class lead apps until after the game launches, but before MC goes live for reasons. So I don't want class leads that are like level 30 on week 2 and everyone else is 60 and we're like, what the hell is this guy doing? How's he a class lead? So we want to make sure people are actually putting in the time and effort. We will put those class lead apps. Class leads are always on loot council, but that is not the only way to get there. We're not gonna have a crazy amount of people on loot council, but I would like to have 6 to 8 people on there. So also we do TeamSpeak at the same time as using Discord while raiding. Loot council goes into TeamSpeak and we talk while raiding about loot, and we take into account performance, attendance, preparedness, consumes, world buffs, rank 14, stuff like that. For instance, if someone's rank 11 and you're 14 and we get the trinket that drops off Neff, the one I always like using, Neltharian's tier, that's the name right there. That's rank 14 doesn't help you fill your trinket slots. That's a big item. Even if you're rank 14, you are going to be more likely to get that item over someone who's not rank 14. Because they can still get other items. They also didn't fulfill that requirement yet. So we will help you out. I promise. You do the right things, you meet your requirements, you will get loot here. I guarantee it. And there's a lot of passing on loot that we have to sometimes force people to take. That's the loot council for you. Sometimes you just pass on loot and it's hey, we know you're the right guy. You got to take it. But this guild has had, over the past years in WoW, there's been maybe a handful of loot drama. You get that occasional guy that bitches and moans. That's just the reality. For instance, we had the most geared mage in the world. In the world. He had more gear than any mage on the planet in the game. All servers, all regions. He didn't get one item and he flipped out. It was some people you just can't make happy. That was the end of that. But yeah, we're not doing loot drama here. If you have any issues with loot, you can bring it up to me. I bring it up in private, please. Let's talk. I don't foresee that being a problem at all. Loot council is more work, but it does guarantee the loot goes where it should go. It relies less on RNG. 10 mans again. We'll do. I'm sorry, 20 mans. Did I say 10 mans? Thinking about sod. 20 mans. We'll do the soft res. We're not gonna do loot council for every 20 man. And definitely not Ubers. That is not what I meant by 10 mans. In my head, ZG was 10 man for a second. Used to that sod shit. Class leads, yeah, to help reduce the stress and, again, longevity, we're gonna need some help. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need help. I'm not the best mage player on the planet. One of you guys in this channel is a better mage player than me. One of you is a better hunter than me. I would love to have you guys on Class League just to help these guys and be like, hey, you got to change this. You got to go this spec. I'm Winter's Chill this week. You know, just to help organize little things like that. That would be a godsend. That would help so much to reduce the stress and increase longevity. Guild professions, won't worry about that right now. On the core requirement, we do have engineering as a requirement. That will be required when BWL drops. If you want to like use that spot for herbing and mining and then get an alt in its place by the time BWL drops, that's cool too. Like I said, we're going to be reasonable with some requirements. We cannot budge on the rank 14 thing. If anyone comes up and they're like, hey, I really can't be engineering on this character because of this, we'll talk. Bring it up to me. I don't mind a handful of people that aren't, because I don't know, maybe you're an armor smith and you have recipes and you got something else. I don't know. Some weird thing might happen. Just bring it up to me. Let's talk. Yeah, if you wish to help out in any capacity at all, from Loot Council to Class Lead, please help me out here. I truly appreciate it. That is really it for the main stuff. There's some other stuff I want to discuss, but I'm going to stop the recording for that specifically. Before we do that, any Q&A, any questions at all, anything I missed? I'm sure I have.
I have a question.
Oh, there's a thread? Okay, you have a question. Go for it.
What's rank 14?
We will talk. Oh my god, you're killing me. We will talk. We will talk. Holy shit, uwu. Oh my god. Okay.
I know what 14 is.
It's a PvP rank.
Oh, he's joking.
Basically.
Okay, he's joking.
Yeah.
Okay, you're killing me. All right.
PvP, what you guys look
Where's
up?
this thread? I don't see a thread anywhere. Hello?
Under WoW chat.
I don't see it.
Neither do I.
You
I
have
see
to
WoW
click
chat and
WoW
Core
chat and then click
Top right
thread.
threads.
Yeah.
It's,
Wow, that's an
it's
awful
called
system.
Yo meeting questions.
That's awful. We'll be using pre-designated crafters, and will they be decided prior to launch? Yes. Won't be decided right this moment, but I'm going to have a little form for that as well. Will we be intending to monopolize world bosses? Absolute impossibility. Great question. Impossible. Oh, was that on the 13th? Oh, these are old questions. Okay. That's why some of these questions I probably did answer. Will the previous more hardcore race/class spec requirements be enforced? I don't know what you mean by previous, but yes, we are not doing Tauren Hunter, and we are not doing Undead Warrior. That is the only race class combinations I'm going to bitch at you about. That is it. Anything else, I do not mind. If you do anything. You want to be a troll mage or an undead mage, I don't care. I'm not going to be anal about that. That's okay. Do what you want. Just don't be... There's only 2 stupid race class combinations on the Horde, and I just said them. That's just stupid. It's not an opinion, it's wrong. Till the day we die, we will live by that. No undead warriors and no Tauren hunters. Will there be every... I don't... Will there...
I think he means every lockout will there be a raid. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Will we clear raids every lockout? Yes, absolutely. And of course with ZG and Oni, that gets weird with the lockouts. You can't just raid every Saturday for those, because you'll miss lockouts. We'll make that happen. We'll do, I don't know, maybe someone, I don't know, I'll throw Phobia under the bus. Maybe Phobia does his own raid on a Wednesday at 6 p.m. ZG, and I'll do one late night at like midnight or some crazy shit. I don't know. We'll make sure we don't miss lockouts no matter what. Rank 14.
I do have a question.
Yes.
This is a serious question this time. Did you get your add-ons and like stuff?
That is actually a good question. I will share that right after this meeting. I'm going to compile my add-ons and my configurations for them. If anyone wants to use them, that's fine.
Yes.
Please, if you take anyone's add-ons, launch the damn game with the add-ons first. Please double check that they're actually working and configure them, because you don't want to log in the day of and panic. I would panic. I'd go nuts, because I can't play without add-ons. It's going to drive me insane. When PvP starts, are we going to be doing events like city bosses? Oh, I'd love to. You see what I was saying before? See, that's a good addition. When I said like I want to be known as like the guild that just is a bunch of dicks to the Alliance and Blackrock Mountain, that's the type of stuff I want to do. I want to take out their world bosses and stuff. And I would love, like, I don't personally care if I D-rank. You'd lose your title, but, like, once you're rank 14, who gives a shit about dishonorable kills? So I don't even mind taking up a raid team and be like, let's go fucking annihilate Stormwind and just, you know, like, we'll do stupid fun stuff. We definitely will. We'll keep the game fun and entertaining. With the goal of longevity in mind, what steps will we take as a guild to prevent issues we had in the past from repeating themselves? I think I kind of answered this a lot. Rank 14, I'm telling you, is huge. That is huge. I know it doesn't sound like it would be, but I'm telling you, when you're successful, you're clearing raids, there's no problem. Even if, like, okay, you're missing 2 people that didn't show up to raids, where the fuck are they? Whatever, let's just go clear without them. We're all rank 14s, we're badasses. Doesn't matter. Like, PvE is super easy in this game. We'll make it very entertaining, world PvP-wise and world events. God help me for what I'm about to say. I think Baffle I'll call on for that one. We might get a little. I don't want to use the word RP, but I'm going to use it. A little RP in terms of like the like for the Horde type of world events, like I was talking about. Like if we gotta defend the Horde, we gotta like lock down the Alliance. That's some fun shit. I don't know if you guys have been involved in the Black Rock Mountain 300 versus 300 type of fights on Classic Era. Like that's some cool shit. I want to get in there. I want to be with that crew. We'll coordinate with other guilds and we'll do some fuck the Alliance shit up and we'll make it fun. We'll have a good time. But yeah, reducing stress, longevity is absolutely the goal. Like I said, we are playing BC. We are playing Classic Plus / Wrath. That's kind of a blurry spot. Depends what they do, what they announce. We are not going to the hardcore server. Just to let everyone know, we're going to the PvP realm. That's the goal. I'm going to talk on that in a little bit when I stop the recording. What are our intentions and our goals going to be towards world and server first? Kind of covered that. We'll shoot for server first. If it happens, great. If not, don't stress about it. We're still having fun. We're still clearing the content. We are doing well. We're successful. Everyone should have a smile on their fucking face when they're playing this game. That's the goal. We don't want anyone to be miserable. Don't cry if you don't get server first. It's okay. And that's more to myself. You don't get server first, don't bitch and moan about it, Nekrage. Don't. It's all right. It's okay. I gotta convince myself. A goal target only with no set numbers. I don't know what that means, Wasted. Top 10 world. Like first 10 to clear. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to do that. Again, don't get it. That's okay. Don't cry. We'll be all right. We'll make sure we have fun. We're clearing content. We retain everyone, right? We go together. We stick together. I'm not going without an MMO. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't played an MMO since SOD, and that shit sucked. It sucks. It sucks having single player and co-op games to play every night. I need purpose in my life. I need something to allocate my efforts to, right? I need some goals, and that's what MMOs are for me, and that is huge. And I think we stick together. We go to PC, Wrath, all that. Are cores allowed to change class midway through Classic? Yes, but we do have to like kind of approve and talk about it. We can't just be like, bro, we're short healers already. We can't have you go DPS warrior. We can't do that. If you ever think that could possibly be something you do, level the alt as soon as possible and have it ready. Have it like pre-bist, have it in some ZG gear, you know, do some alt raids with us, get it gear. And we'll do that as well. We'll do alt raids to support your alts, maybe like Fridays or something. And of course, we'll have the additional raids as EGs and stuff, AQ20s. We'll gear up alts. We'll have them ready in case you ever want to swap or you just like them and you want to PvP on them and stuff. That's cool too. Raid time is Saturday, not Friday, unless maybe you're doing like a time conversion, Koopa. Raid time is Saturday based off the East Coast US, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Did I say that right? Yes. Saturday, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern. And again, I know it's 6 hours. We will not raid 6 hours straight. We could take a little break. And we also won't necessarily raid the 6 hours at all if we don't need it. We go to MC. We're not going to sit there 6 hours, obviously, right? We're going to blow through the fucking thing and we're going to go have fun doing something else. Just in case. Just progression stuff. Granting people. Thanks for confirming that works for me in the Philippines. Oh, Philippines, cool, dude. We have a longtime guild member who's Filipino. He goes to the Philippines all the time. Cool. I can host farm / 20-man day walker raids. That's great. And yeah, on that topic, if other people want to host raid, that's awesome. Obviously, there are too many chiefs sometimes, if that's how the term goes, where too many people are trying to host their own raids. So we might have to kind of like dial that in a little bit. But I really appreciate that, because my weekday raids are going to be weird. They're going to be like midnight Eastern start time. So that does not work for everyone, and that is okay.
Yeah, and I work from home still.
So there you go. So Zell can help coordinate some raids. Maybe Phobia, I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but I don't know. But people will host their own raids, and that's great. And on that topic, if you can get alts to 60, you have the time. That would be great too, because you could help those raids that are like they happen a little bit on random times, and they might not always be full. So if you could be like, yo, I'll hop in with my alt, that'd be fucking sick. So if you have any alts in mind, I would appreciate that. It can really help us. And last question I see so far is, can I see your bald head? Absolutely. Bald and proud. Any questions other than that? Anything I forgot? Officer people, anything I forgot? Did I cover everything? Tauren Hunters rise up. Yo, the fuck out of here with that shit. I think I'm good, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Reiterate the no stress thing. I don't know what to say about this other than the stuff I've already said, but like that is really the goal. I've stressed myself out like crazy in MMOs, and I gotta learn to stop. Oop, I got disconnected. I gotta learn to stop stressing out about some of this stuff. And like I said, that kind of starts with the whole. You got to change your metrics, right? You got to change what do you see, what do you judge yourself and the guild as, whether or not you're successful. How do you judge the guild? Usually that was, if you don't get server first, you failed. That's what it was in the past. We're not that anymore. I'm not doing that. I'm doing the longevity. I'm doing the fun. I'm doing the world PvP. Get known on the server. Let the alliance know who we are, and go after, make their time a little bit difficult. Go to the Darkmoon Fair, and if we have to sit there singing Kumbaya on Discord for 3 hours while we camp Darkmoon Fair to get revenge for last week, that type of thing, or last Darkmoon Fair event, that's the kind of thing we're gonna do. We're gonna have a good time slapping them around a little bit.
Can I say something there?
Please.
As a stress, you might have noticed, Neck took that as a personal challenge to himself to make it not stressful for him.
Yes.
Anything you guys can do to make it not stressful for us and yourselves goes a very, very long way.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, like class lead stuff. Like I'm not the best player on every class. I love tanking. I live tanks. I'll be helping the tanks with everything. But I am not the warrior class lead. I do the tanks. That's it. The tanks and I, we get together. We have a beautiful time in the hot tub and we talk tank. That's what we do. I do all the guild lead shit, but I can't do every little fucking thing myself, guys. So anything when the class lead apps drop, if you have any interest in helping, and even if you're a brand new guildie, this is your first day, it's the first time you're hearing my voice, that is fine. You can still apply. But if you do apply to class lead, you gotta know, like, you pretty much need 100% raid attendance. The shit, obviously, stuff happens, and if you make a you have to at least make every progression raid, like when the raids first launch. Like, we need your help, and that's that really does a lot. And we don't want class leads in name alone. And I gotta admit, I love you guys, but sometimes we have some of you guys as class leads, and there's not much being done. We can't have that anymore. If you're a class lead, you gotta help. You gotta reach out to them individually and be like, hey, bro, get your gloves enchanted, get your shit enchanted. Your spec is kind of fucked up, bro. You could farm a better piece of gear from here. That type of thing. Anything you can do to help them be better players and help people rise to the occasion, that would be fantastic. I think that kind of covers everything. I'm gonna not rant because this is already 33 minutes. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. I'm actually gonna end this. If you're watching on YouTube or something, if you're a guild member and want to know what I'm about to talk about, let me know. Yes, Snatchy, go.
Are we racing to 60? What's the deadline? Is there anything like that?
Thank you. This is a good one before we close out. I am racing to 60. I want to be 60 like day 3 at the latest. Like, I will be 60 almost immediately, because the benefits of being 60 early, farming, you could pre-bis farm, you can do stuff like Devil Sword, you can, I don't know, maybe get the Black Lotuses early. Who the hell knows? You can do something with your time, right? You are in no way required to hit 60 as fast as I do. You're not under pressure to do that. Blizzard gave us 3 weeks. They gave us 3 weeks. Now, if you use a full 3 weeks to hit 60, probably not the best idea, because we do need you in pre-bis when MC launches. Like, we can't be going in there in greens. We have so much time. So You really should be 60 2 weeks at the longest. That is 14 days. That is very long. That is a lot of time. And if you're taking that long, the full 2 weeks, you're also going to get rested experience throughout your, because that means you're not in, you're not logged in too often. Log out in the end, make sure you use your rest experience. If you take 2 weeks to hit 60, that's a long time, but you still have a week to gear up. So even if it's 2 weeks, that's okay. But I will definitely start to panic when I'm like, bro, this guy's level 40 and it's like MC launches in 2 days. What the hell? We can't count on him. I'm not gonna lie. I will definitely be looking at the list and be like, what the fuck? So it will definitely bother me a bit.
Question.
But yeah.
Didn't like 90% of the guild take 2 weeks to hit 60 in 2019? Like this isn't Psalm. We don't have like 50% increased quested XP. It's just normal vanilla.
Yeah, and that's I'm saying that's fine. Yeah, maybe I didn't word that right, but yeah, that's fine. They take 2 weeks to hit 60. That's cool. That's fine. You got a whole nother week to gear up. There's nothing wrong with that.
Holidays.
Yeah,
I think it means right there.
Yeah, the holidays will either hurt or help you. Sometimes you get time off work and it's great. Other times you have to fly away to go visit family. I get that.
It's going to take most people 7 to 10 days played.
Yeah, and
with no increased experience.
2 weeks to hit 60, I think that's reasonable. If you take a little bit longer, that's okay. But if you do take a little bit longer, let me know. Hey, bro, I just hit 60. MC comes out in like 3 days. What can we do? Let's go. We'll go run like 12 dungeons right now. I'll go tank all of your dungeons. Let's go. Let's get your pre-bis. And I'll be like, who needs pre-bis from Skolo? You. Let's go. And you know how I do it. You guys have been in the guild with me before. Like
I mean, I was just thinking of people who don't have time off.
Yeah. It's not fair to everyone. It's not.
It's like 10 days played. Let's say you do like let's say you don't even go crazy. You're doing like 20 hours a day, 4 hours sleep. Like if you do that for like 13 days, what is that? Like 230 hours. That's like a little over 10 days played. So if you did 20 hours a day for 13 days straight, you're just going over 10 days played. So that's probably assuming that you took off time. So I could see people who take the full 3 weeks if they didn't take any time off.
If you're getting close to that 3 week point, well, that's something we have to talk about too. Because if it launches on Thursday, we'll say who can raid on this Thursday. Let's go do MC. If we can't, and we're like, hey, let's just do it Saturday then. That's okay. We'll do the MC on Saturday. That gives you even a couple extra days. Don't stress. Don't worry. It seems like some people are already stressing about the idea. It's all right. If you're a little bit late to 60, we will make it work. I will be there to support you. I will tank all your dungeons. I will make sure we have a customized routine for you. It'll be, what do you need? What are your dungeons? Write them down. What items are we going for? Okay, you need Skolo, Elbers, Ubers 24 times until we get the trinket to drop for the casters, whatever that was called. That was a nightmare with the Jed farm.
Quest.
Oni attunement. Yes, Oni attunement. Yeah, we definitely yeah.
Get that attunement download.
We got to get that done, preferably before the 3 weeks, and you could start that before 60, by the way, and you should, because you'll get the experience bonus, you'll get all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll do everything. I'll make sure to support you guys.
Are we gonna have like sign ups for like groups to level together? Like, because I'm wanting to find people to go fucking like no life this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I didn't hear you real quick if someone was talking to TeamSpeak, but yeah, the deadline really is the 3 weeks. Like we need you guys attuned, 60 and geared by Oni launch for core. Because if there's too many people going for core, and someone, you're like week 4 and you're just hitting 60, someone's gonna take your spot. I gotta be real. I can't just say, hey, we gotta hold this spot because this guy might hit 60 6 weeks in, So please try your best. If you're slowing up a little bit and you're like 55, I'd be like, yo, let's go. I'm 60, you're 55, let's go get dungeon runs going. We'll do dungeon quest runs in BRD. We will make it work. I will be there to support you, I promise. Don't stress out. If you need any help at all, you let me know, please. That being said, yeah, there is obviously some core requirements, so please count on being 60 before MC launches. Count on that. Here to help if you need anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. All I was saying was like the 2 weeks might be tough for people who
that's okay.
have any time off, just because like 20 days, if you do like average 10 hours a day, I mean, that's like 8 days played. So that's not like even if you don't have work off, you should be 60 by like, probably midway through like 2.5 weeks.
That's a reasonable take. Obviously, when Blizzard gives us a better heads up, we were like, hey, everyone's got 2 weeks off work, right? That's pretty much what it was. It's not the same scenario right now. Anyway, I'm going to end this recording. If you are a guild member and you're watching this and you want to know what I'm talking about, that I'm stopping the recording, reach out to me. But for everyone watching on YouTube, this is where it ends for you. If you want to join, drop it in an app.